are hanging with the Influence Tribe with all those special guests for those that are listening also on the podcast as well. My name is Scott Lindstrom, and we have a very special guest on tonight. We have Christa Chilcote. Christa, are you ready to get this thing started?
Super pumped.
All right. So a little bit about Christa. She's originally from Newport. She's now living in Pennsylvania, where she lives with her beautiful 2 daughters, and she is happily married. She was first introduced to MLM back in 2014, but she struggled. And to put it in her words, she bombed. Now, since coming into MLSP back in September of 2015, she was introduced to it, but really didn't get started until spring of this year. Now, she's learned to effectively market and use online marketing to get results. And now she's on the leaderboards ranked number 3, and she's ranked advanced not once, but twice. So tonight, she's going to come out and show us about what she's doing to get leads and results in her business. But before we bring her out, I want to go ahead and head on over to my co-host and my partner, Miguel Fuentes. Miguel, how you doing tonight, sir?
I am exceptional. I'm super duper excited to have Christa with us tonight for a variety of reasons. Guys, before I got onto this hangout, I was literally doing an Instagram live because that's where I play. That's where I spend the most time. That's my platform. That's my chosen strategy. And when they added live, I mean, it's just been phenomenal for the amount of reach I've been getting to my page and all of the things that are going on there associated with live. And I'm super excited because that's what Christa is going to be sharing with us tonight, is a lot about live video. If I can't stress the importance of this. This is the fastest way to grow your audience, to build rapport with people, to connect with people so they can see you. And as we know, as we all should know, a lot of marketing goes to the know, like, and trust factor. That factor that people have to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you before they go and buy from you, before they join your business, before they decide to even get to take the next step. And Christa is crushing it with live video. So pay attention, guys. This is absolutely important to your business. If you're not doing live video, this is the time you should be taking some notes, really paying attention. And when you do, and you will, I promise you, you're gonna get that urge to know what these guys are about. What community is this? How can you get involved? And we got a simple solution for you. Because if you are a member of the Influence Tribe, there's a button right off to the side. It's a big yellow button that says, I'm ready to get results. And if you are indeed ready to start getting results, if you're ready to fire the struggle, if you're ready to quit struggling entirely in your business, go and click that button, and we will be more than happy to help you move forward beyond the value we're going to provide tonight. Without further ado, Christa, please come out and just share with us a little bit about your story for those people that don't know you. Scott shared some of it there, and we're super duper grateful to have you tonight. So Christa Chilcote, thank you for being here. Come on out and share some of your story, your life. How did you come into the industry and whatnot?
Okay. Thanks for having me on, guys. So let's go back to a little bit of college days. I'm pretty much like a lot of people, went to college, got out into the industry, and was not very happy in the field of work I was in. Behavioral health with, some really rough cases, and working 50 to 60-hour work weeks. And, compounded by having a special needs stepdaughter living with us, it was kind of rough. So I was looking for an additional stream of income to help me cut my hours back there. So long story short, got involved in MLM through a very good friend of mine in the fall of 2014. And, probably like everyone else did, going to company events, going to the trainings, listening to my upline, and having pretty bad results, just spamming people online, hunting down friends and family, probably annoying everyone and their brother, that kind of thing. So I actually stupidly added on an additional MLM in I want to say July of 2015, and maybe just thought the first one wasn't right. Something wasn't working out there. Little did I know it was the way I was marketing. And, you know, similar results with the same company, following everything I was told, bombing, you know, little results, but nothing like I expected. So it was in the fall of this 2015, yes, that I saw someone who came to me on Facebook and, you know, introduced himself, was showing me good value on Facebook about how to effectively market online and, you know, doing videos about attraction marketing and whatnot. And I thought, hey, do this. This is the missing piece I've been looking for. And I'm someone who didn't just follow, you know, what my MLM taught me at, you know, the events, what my upline taught me. I bought courses. I bought a bunch of different courses online. You know, I'd learned tidbits of things here and there, but there was still this big missing link. So it was in the spring of this year that I joined up with MLSP. And at first, I'm probably like everybody else, you know, it's a big thing. It's a lot to take in, but I started out with blogging because even though I feel live video is the most important, I think blogging is a good solid backbone to have. So I started there, and I'll be quite honest, I was terrified to do even recorded video. Even before lives, I was terrified. So I started to get into a little bit of the recorded video. I'm going to be honest, share a story here. It's probably going to crack everyone up. I hid behind sunglasses and read from a teleprompter my first couple of videos recorded because I was that scared.
That's awesome. Everybody has that. I remember like when Instagram had 15-second videos, I was like, what am I going to say for 15 seconds?
I wore a suit, my first video.
A suit? That's awesome. So I was so scared, and at first I just started maybe recording like short little spurts of things, talking about, you know, webinar giveaways, different things like that. But if I had to talk for any length of time, it was sunglasses on and reading from a teleprompter. But once I warmed up to it and got more comfortable with it, which it does get easier, then I moved on to live videos. And once I did that, things really started to change. I had a natural health and wellness educational platform come to me and ask me to do a paid webinar. After I had done one live video, they wanted me to teach attraction marketing to their students and graduates, which that was kind of a big jump. I was excited about that. So once I started to see continued results, I started to do more and more lives and build up from there.
I know I caught one of your videos the other day, and you mentioned you had finished top 3 in the 100,000 of your primary company.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is awesome. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thanks so much. So I'm a total red personality. I'm a big go-getter, even though, you know, I have some fears. I have some weaknesses too. Like I said, it took me a while to get used to videos, live videos. But the person who introduced me to MLSP contacted me and told me I hit the leaderboard at number 15 at first, which I didn't know and was shocked. But then he hit the leaderboard above me. And I said, you know what? I'm coming for you. So I really, in the past couple weeks, started really cranking out live videos as much as I could, trying to do them every single day and providing that good, valuable content to people in the month where people think that no one joins businesses, no one buys products, those kinds of things, and just kept hammering and hammering out the content and providing what I could to help people out, and boom. Now I can.
Okay, good. Sorry, had a small delay there. That is awesome. So tell us a little bit, Christa, like what did you have to shift in your live videos that to make them really go when you really started to see conversions and leads and hitting the leaderboard and all of that? What kind of things did you do? Did you change to make that stuff happen?
Well, one thing I think was a big mindset shift. To me, I was overcomplicating things and sitting and stressing, what am I going to talk about? But seriously, here's what I did. A little notebook like this size and write 2 little tiny pages of just some quick little notes and know what I'm going to talk about. And I usually get my topics from, questions I see other marketers post on Facebook or other struggles I see people having. So that's what I kind of build my videos around, and I don't stress out about it anymore. I make it, something that I can glance off of, that I'm not going to get worried if I totally forget what I'm talking about. And people like to see the real raw you anyway. So I keep it simple. And like I said, then I follow up with those people who do reach out to me with those videos, whatnot. And even though sometimes people don't comment on your live videos, whatnot, doesn't mean they're not watching, because I've had multiple people reach out to me lately who have said, I've been following you, watching your videos for months. And, I've been on the fence about a bunch of different things, but now I'm ready to join you because I feel like I know, like, and trust you because you're delivering content that's helping me out. So I think that was a biggie. Another big one is being on a team with great leadership and, going the extra mile, especially at this time of the year, to, put out free bonuses to people. And, that sets you apart from other people and really makes them want to come to you.
What kind of bonuses are you putting out, and are you offering them do you just mention them in your live, or is it like a bonus for signing up, or is it just free value that you're handing out like on a daily basis?
What we have going on right now is that some of the leaders in our group who are spectacular came up with an 8-week bonus boot camp for people who joined the system. So that really helped people out, because a lot of people, even though they might be interested in a learning platform, to take them by the hand and to, give them the extra mile here, go the extra mile for them, cut out some of the guesswork for them, that kind of thing, that really helps people out to, make that decision to want to come on board.
What does your syndication look like for your live videos? Are you repurposing them into blogs, or do you repurpose all of them, or just some of them, just depending on the topic? How are you dealing with that?
When I was doing recorded videos, I would upload those to YouTube and then put them onto my blog. And then just recently, a couple of my lives I've uploaded to YouTube and put onto my blog. But mainly, I'm getting the most traffic on my own personal profile. And I do sometimes share out those live videos to other groups that are the spammy groups, we'll call them. But most of my traffic is just actually from my own profile, and I don't even have a running Facebook fan page right now. Definitely, yes, but I had done fan pages in the past and did them all wrong. So I took those down. So now that I'm with the system and know how to do them the right way, that's going to be something I'll definitely do and broadcast from there and then move it over to my profile in the future. Yep.
That's awesome. Is that a recommended strategy for you, you think? Like, as far as if you did have a fan page, that's what you would be doing? You would just be broadcasting to your fan page and then sharing it to your personal?
Well, I would say for people who are first starting out, and especially if you've done some kind of a fan page and you're not sure if it's set up the right way, I would say absolutely start from your profile, as long as you're delivering good, free, valuable content, because we know we're not spamming anymore, right? So that kind of stuff, I think, on Facebook, on your own profile is a good idea to start there at first. But then, moving on, thinking long term, you can't have more than, 5,000 friends on your profile. So moving forward, long term, looking at the fan page there, looking at, special offers, things to be able to do advertisements from there would be a little bit.
Hey, Christa, when you're actually using a blog and you're doing the lives and then you put them on your blog, are you actually doing a blog on a particular subject and putting in the video, or is it more like a vlog, or how do you incorporate your lives into your blog?
Yeah, I usually do a blog, a written blog, and then have a live Facebook that's connected directly to it. Yes.
On the same subject.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Same topic. Yep.
That's awesome. How do you recommend a new person get started with live broadcasting? And I'm just curious, what are some of your tips that you have for live broadcasting as far as like converting leads or what to say, or is there a particular format that you like for your broadcast? Like if I was totally new, like on day one, and I was like, Christa, please help me. I know I need to do these things, but what do I do?
As far as starting with a live, I'm sorry, you're breaking up a little bit because one of my crazy dogs was barking his head off.
Crazy dogs.
Crazy dogs.
Oh, I'm just curious what your advice is as far as formatting and creating a live broadcast for a new person. Like, what do you tell them to do? Like, do you just turn it on and just talk? Or like, obviously we're going to take some notes and write it down. What formatting do you suggest people follow to get started using live broadcasting? And what kind of tips do you have to offer so that they can be successful at it? Because if you're doing a ton of live broadcasts and it's like nobody's watching, nobody's interacting, like what can you do to fix it?
Right. Well, a couple of things there. First off, I would say for people who are new and, don't know where to get their content from, don't know what to say to people, I love Ray Higdon's ILT method, the invest, learn, teach. So even if you're, relating to something someone else has posted, repackage it and make it your own to relate to other people. Now, as far as getting more views on your Facebook Lives, a couple of hacks I've seen there are sometimes, if you can, and people can't always do it, but announce ahead of time that you're doing a live video. Maybe like an hour ahead of time so people know, because if it's something they're interested in, they'll be able to hop on. And I would say give a little tidbit of what topic you're going to address. Another thing is to interact with people, comment on their posts, whatnot, especially if it's people you want to tune into your live, maybe like an hour or so before you go live, and that will definitely help. Another biggie, when people do watch your live videos and they have commented, instead of dropping down and responding to the comment, put a brand new comment under their comments, because that continues to boost up who is seeing your live video.
Awesome. That's a great tip. So, the fear factor. I know you touched on this a little bit. How do you break the fear of doing it? The fear of being judged and all of this.
I would say it comes down to asking yourself, how badly do I want this? And is your silly fear, which is now silly to me, at the time it wasn't, but is your fear going to take over how important this is to you to succeed? So I, think of starting in baby steps and building from there. Not all people, like myself, I couldn't do it, jump right into live video because it is intimidating, but, just jotting down some notes and starting off small and, borrowing some helpful information from other people, repackaging it as your own. So I think those are some big helpers right there. And it gets much easier the longer you do it and the more consistent you are with it.
Absolutely. It really does get way, way easier. I mentioned before, when I started doing video, it was on Instagram because they were only 15 seconds. So I just had to get out there. Like I would just pull out my phone no matter where I was and just did it. Just broke the ice and started cracking out 15-second videos. I had to work myself up to, into the 2 and 3 minute videos. And eventually I was doing like full 30-minute live shout out shows and hangouts and webinars and stuff. So she's absolutely right, folks. It does get easier over time if you are struggling with that fear. Ask yourself that question. How bad do you really want it? Are you willing to work for it? Are you willing to be embarrassed to get it? It's a big deal. Not that you ever will be, because I've never seen anybody get killed on Facebook Live. Have you ever seen that, where someone just gets absolutely crucified on it? People just show up to throw tomatoes at you. I don't think that happens.
Actually, if you don't have a hater, then you're not famous yet.
Oh, I've
That
had
is
them.
true.
I welcome the haters.
My favorite is getting the unsubscribe message where somebody just feels they have to express their opinion as they unsubscribe, and you're just like, thanks, bro. I appreciate the feedback.
Hey, Christa,
Awesome.
you're a busy mom. I want to know what does your schedule entail of? I mean, if we had to Monday through Friday schedule throughout the day, how do you, what does it look like?
I get up fairly early in the morning, and my husband actually works out of town. So the first thing in the morning, of course, I'm letting our 3 fur babies out and getting my special needs stepdaughter ready to go to her day program. She does attend a day program a couple days a week. She's older. My husband is 11 years older. My stepdaughter is 25 years old. So a big age difference. My toddler is 2.5. So she goes off to her day program in her van, and that is my boom work now time while my 2.5-year-old is still asleep, because she tends to sleep in a little, which is great. So one of the things that I'll get back to here in a second, but I used to write down, here's what you're going to do every single day. You have to have this DMO in place, this daily method of operation. But when I did that, I stressed myself out. So now I'm the mom who works on the fly. If I try to make a schedule and, stick to that, I totally would have a breakdown or something probably, but I'm like work on the fly, multitask. Then my toddler gets up, usually around 9 something, and then it's game on, because she wants mommy's phone, she wants mommy's laptop, and she wants to help mommy work. So I just work on the fly. And, I'll have phone calls with people, and a lot of them are moms too, and they totally understand. They can relate, hey, my toddler's being complete not in the background. She's squawking, she's smacking me, she's throwing things, and they're like, oh, I so get it. And, they can relate to that because they're thinking, if she can do this, I can probably do it too. So, skip ahead, daily routine stuff, lunch, whatnot, that kind of thing. My stepdaughter then comes home on her van around like 3 o'clock-ish. And, I've stuff to do with her because she has a lot of issues. She has severe intellectual disabilities. She's got autism. She's mute. She has cerebral palsy. She elopes. She will run away if given the opportunity because she doesn't understand those kinds of things. So I tell this to people, not to broadcast it, but if I can do it, other people can do it too. So, sometimes people are held back by, well, I have this circumstance going on, or I don't have the time or whatnot. Oh yeah, you do. You can make the time. And like I said, if I try to stick to a schedule, I'd be out of my mind. So I just do it when I can and try to do some of the most important things that are getting me results, like, the live videos and, getting that good, valuable content out there, connecting with people, emailing my list, and, building those good, solid relationships. So from there, let's see, hubby comes home different times, usually by like 6 o'clock, something like that. Then it's, toddler nap before then, getting dinner, different meal preps that I even sometimes, plug in at night when I'm ready for bed, earphones in, I'm watching some kind of a training, or, I'm responding to emails, that kind of thing. So it's when I can do it. It's on my own schedule.
I'm one of those people. I totally know how you feel. I mean, I work a full-time day, all of that stuff. I get home, I'm ready to work. My son, who is 5, I'm actually surprised you guys haven't seen him yet. He's like, he's just outside the door. He usually makes an appearance on every hangout, usually. But no, I totally duplicate that, and you're absolutely right in that. If you're a full-time mom, a dad, like, and you've got family, you got kids to take care of, you're doing all of that stuff. You got to do it when you can. You got to find those pockets of time and work your face off.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, and let me add in there too. I also work 40 hours a week from home in a job from home with all of
Wow.
this. So if I can do it, anybody else can out there.
That's it. We've decided there are no more excuses.
Yeah. And I used to feed them to myself all the time. But once I broke from excuse land, things completely changed.
What is, Krista, I'm just curious, what do you do for personal development in your world?
I read all kinds of books. I still, get into different trainings I purchase. Mindset is a big thing for me in the morning, because otherwise I think people wake up and they think, oh my gosh, I've got so much on my plate. What am I going to do? I wake up in the morning, and that's another thing that helped me rank up. Every single morning I woke up, I said, I'm doing this. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Kay Somji. I'm coming for you, Sherry Brown. I'm coming. So, it's a bunch of different things. But yeah, a lot of books. I read a bunch of different books. And it's when I have time, when the toddler isn't shredding them or, trying to smack a dog with them or something like that. And, just still buying some courses and trainings here too. And just going with the flow, doing what I can.
Awesome. Kay was actually a guest on when we had the Dream Team last year. You probably have been tracking. I don't know if you have or not. For those of you that haven't, we rebranded just a few months ago, right after Live the Dream 7. And Kay was a guest on the Dream Team Hangouts, but officially, you have beat Kay to the spot. So just a little Kay, if you're watching this, we love you, bro. We absolutely love you. We can't wait to have you on. I know you're coming on here in a couple of weeks, and we're looking forward to it. Congrats on your latest rank up, but definitely just know Krista beat you there, dude. I'm just putting that out there. She beat you to the punch, bro. Krista, I love that you are a full-time mom, a full-time worker, and you're still making it work. That's an amazing example. I mean, nobody can tell you that excuses just don't exist in a world like that. That is awesome.
Krista, what tool do you with being able to use tools to simplify our life, like programs and apps? Is there a particular app or program that you use on a regular basis or that you recommend out to anybody?
An app or a program, other than MLSP, of course, I would recommend that to everybody for a learning platform, because without that, I was lost. Apps, not so much. I'm, toying around with some different things like that. But if I could recommend anything to anyone, it would be plug in with MLSP. For God's sakes, plug in with MLSP and get linked up with people who are going to be good leaders. And, like you guys, and, stepping out of, your comfort zone and just helping people in any way that you can. And like I said, before I found MLSP, I was totally lost, spinning my wheels, about to quit the industry, had no clue what I was doing, was taught all the wrong ways. And in a fairly short amount of time, especially once I got serious with it and started doing live videos, things completely started turning around for me. And it's just the beginning.
Krista, what's your process for closing the sale? Like how, you're doing these live videos, right? And you keep seeing the same names, the same people jumping on, the same people commenting. Once you got some traction moving in the right direction as far as interaction and engagement, what's the next step to really close the sale?
I would say it's after having built a relationship with someone. Like, I wouldn't say to someone who just hopped onto a live video, hey, here's what I'm using. Do you want to buy this? Do you want to get involved in this platform? I build relationships with those people and see where their biggest struggles are. Not just that, but how serious they are about the business. Because, there are some people out there who might just want to make an extra $100 or $2 per month, something like that. But there are other people who want to go big. So it's all about asking questions and really listening to what they want to do. And then from there, well, you know what? based on what you've told me, that, you're sick of struggling in the industry, that, what you've been taught isn't working, that you want to reduce your hours or quit your job. Based on what you've told me, I really think you ought to take a look at what I'm doing.
That is very, very powerful. It's, it really does go to having a viable solution for people. And that's what we do. That's what we do here inside of My Lead System Pro, inside of the Influence Tribe. We have solutions for home business owners that are just sick of the struggle. They're ready to quit the struggle. And it's, if that's you, I mean, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell everybody to go click the link and find out for yourself. You don't have to believe us. I'm just telling you right now. And you're never going to find out ever what struggles they have unless you are asking the right questions. You're asking them what hurts. How can I help? So yeah, I love that, Christa. Thank you so much for sharing that thought and that idea.
There's like 2 or 3 questions that I just like to ask in rapid succession just to get your thoughts on it. But right now, what's your favorite book that you've read so far?
Oh my goodness. We're going to go with, do I have to narrow it down? GoPro.
Awesome. Eric Worre.
I think it's that one.
What is one of your favorite success quotes?
Oh my goodness. Version 1.0 is infinitely better than version 0.0. Right. Because I used to be a perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist.
And finally, what is one habit that's helped you become a success so far?
Consistency. Definitely consistency. Instead of, just, I'll do this, a couple times and expect results from it. It's consistency. It's banging out that good, free, valuable content time and time again and serving your target market.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that.
Yeah, buddy. How do you know someone's in your target market?
Well, it depends how specific you want to get. Obviously the simple way of looking at it would be, people who are struggling in the industry, for, people like us that can help people like that. But for other people, it might be, if you're in the health and wellness industry, it might be that people are struggling with their health, or that they're struggling with that specific kind of a business or whatnot. But yeah, most people will put it out there, or you can see them spamming all over the place. So, hey, you guys need a little help here. Let me help you.
That's awesome. That is kind of a telltale sign. You go and look at the profile. It's like no pictures, just stuff up there. You need a little help.
Recovering spammer right here.
Oh,
yeah.
I've done that. Been there, done that. I've done that a lot when I first got started online, because I knew, like, I was a lot like other people. I absolutely knew there was a way that Facebook could work. I've seen other people do it. And how can I make it work? And I just had my own ideas, and I was messaging people these crazy messages. And I go back and look now, and I just get so embarrassed sometimes. I'm like, because it saves that message. It's like, that was a long time ago, and it's still there. And I'm like, oh, we're still friends. It's amazing.
Hi, I'm looking to meet like-minded individuals like yourself.
Would you like a 6-figure income? So recovering.
I'm looking for 3 people to join my team.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I did it all.
We all have, thank gosh we are a part of the community we are a part of, for sure. Definitely straighten me out. Absolutely. Christa, where do you see your marketing strategy going from here? Things to look for. Like, what are you adding on? I know we're taught at the very beginning to focus on one strategy and do one strategy until you've mastered it. At what point are you going to consider yourself having mastered it, and when is it time to add a new strategy onto it?
Well, I'm still building on Facebook. And like I said, one of the next things I would probably do, even though I would still be staying with Facebook, is to build from there and go and create a good fan page so that I could extend Facebook from there to get that bigger reach. As far as the other social media platforms, I'm not quite ready to hop on over to those yet until I've you know, fully mastered Facebook and even gone over to a Facebook fan page. And even there, like, I think Facebook changes so often that it's kind of hard to go, oh, okay, I've mastered this. Oh no, they just changed something. Now algorithm changes. Now what?
It is true. They've changed so much, and they change it on a regular basis, but you're totally right. I mean, there's a lot to learn, especially with fan pages, running ads, and being successful with that. So very, very good point.
I would like to know, prior to ever MLSP entering into your life, okay, you're out there, you're a network marketer, you're just doing the thing, you're struggling. How were you actually introduced? How did somebody find you and introduce you to this wonderful system that you're aware of now?
Okay, so it was the fall of 2015. I had come back from a company event and was on an MLM group page on Facebook, and yay, we're all so excited, you know, that kind of thing. We know how we are when we get back from those events where we think we have all this hope and promise and we'll keep spamming people and it's going to work. Well, Kay found me on this page and probably looked at my profile and saw me spamming away and commented somewhere, reached out to me in a very non-spammy way, in a professional kind of way. And usually I'm apprehensive about accepting friend requests or, you know, getting a message from guys I don't know on Facebook, because no offense to you guys, there are some creepers out there. I'm sure there are girl creepers as well, but so he, you know, messaged me a little bit on Facebook, and I accepted his friend request, and I saw all the value on his profile. You know, his blog posts, his recorded videos. At the time, he wasn't even doing lives then, and started watching and watching and watching. And, you know, he had posted about some of the webinars coming up through MLSP. I got on some of those, just kept thinking to myself, there's something to this. And I started to use some of the techniques that he had suggested in these videos, like, you know, not spamming, for example, and, you know, taking down your company name from your Facebook profile, just some little things like that. And, you know, how to attract people to you, whatnot. And I thought, oh boy, there's something to it. So I kept watching from there for a little while. And like I said, recovering perfectionist right here. I was a little bit on the fence just because I had been, you know, taught so many things in the past that were wrong, even though his ways looked like they were working, and I was starting to see results then. And I joined the platform in the spring, hesitantly. I said to him, wow, you know, I'm going on this trip and I'll get to it when I get back, when I have the time to put into it. And the words that really stuck, it wasn't this exact quote, but what he said to me is, you know what, in talking to you, I can tell you're a perfectionist, and I know that if you wait, you're going to be waiting for a very long time, that kind of thing. And I said, damn it, you know what, you're right. I'm signing up right now. Let's do this. So I needed that little kick in the pants from him. And, you know, once I got into the system, I was completely blown away, and I'm still continuing to learn. I mean, but I can't wait to see where it goes.
That's so awesome. That brings so much hope to other people out there that are in the same similar situation, or that are just out there and they're just searching, you know, and maybe they're just watching this right now. That's important.
How did you get to know your perfection? How did you know that that you had that, I guess? I don't want to say disability because it's not.
I had that.
Yeah, but you had that thing. I mean, do you embrace any kind of like color profiles or like things of that nature? Like as far as like knowing personality types?
Well, that's the thing. I think personality types can change, and I've taken different personality tests, and my background's actually in psych, so it's really interesting to me. Now, before I would have considered myself like overly analytical, probably is that the green, you know, analyzing things, playing them out in your head, how are things going to work, that kind of thing. And I've pretty much been a perfectionist all of my life. But when I had that mindset switch and, you know, started to really put the work in, be consistent, and throw the notion of perfectionism out the door, things completely changed.
What are some of your best tips for being consistent?
I would say, at least for me, when I tried to schedule out my day of here's exactly what I'm going to do, that backfired on me. The biggest thing I thought was get it done when you can get it done. You know, not everyone can do everything every single day the way they want it, but get done what you can done, you know, that kind of thing. And back to the how important is this to you. So if you have to get up earlier in the morning, if you have to stay up a little bit later, whatever it takes, because it's how badly you want it.
How many people do you try to conversate with or talk to on a regular basis every day? Do you have
Well,
like a
that
specific number, or do you just say, hey, I'm going to shoot for this?
well, that varies. At first, like I said, when I was trying to stick to this exact plan of I'm going to talk to this many people a day, I'm going to do this way, that completely threw me off. What works better for me is really connecting to the people that I see, engaging with my posts the most, and developing those strong relationships more quickly than talking to X amount of people per day, kind of all over the place and being a little bit confusing. So yeah, building those big relationships, not just people interacting on live videos, but people I see constantly opening up my emails through my autoresponder, that kind of thing.
How do you get them off the fence? I think that's what a lot of people would like to know, because you know, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that just are right in the middle. Like, what do you tell them to get them off the fence, and in a way that would be valuable for them, obviously in their business, because it happens all the time in this industry. People are like, I like what I see, but, and it's a big long but. How do we get them off the fence?
Well, what I usually say is, I can totally relate. I was on the fence for a little while too, but, I'm not here to convince you. This is, something that might be for you. It might not be for you, but it's, something for very super serious business people. And back to the, based on what you told me about, how you wanted to quit your full-time job or reduce your hours, be a stay-at-home mom, whatever it might be, this is probably for you. But hey, if not, that's totally cool. And I've done that multiple times and had people come back to me 2 weeks later and say, you know what, you didn't push me. I've been looking at this more. I've been thinking about it more. I'm ready to sign up. I want to be with you. I know, like, and trust you because you didn't try to convince me.
Putting that relationship well before the sale. Very, very cool. I love that. That's a very, very important point. I think anybody who's watching this, if you are in a home business or in any kind of sales or marketing, it's huge, because you will have that person available to you later on if you've built a solid relationship. If they're still, in that know, like, and trust zone, I guess it's like the dance, as you would put it. When you're right in the middle, you just dance and just enjoy the company. So I love that tip. I love that. So guys, we're coming right up here on an hour. Christa, is there anything that you would like to share, or like, are you promoting anything, or how can people find you? Tell us a little bit about how people can get to know you a little bit better.
As far as like following me on Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, like,
I'm not sure.
Is your blog the best place to go and find out about you? Is it just better just to connect with you on Facebook? We're coming up right here in about an hour, so we're probably just gonna cut this off here in a couple of minutes. But I just want people to know how to get in touch with you before we do that.
Yeah, you can link up with me on Facebook, or my blog is just simple. It's ChristaChilcote.com. And tips for people would be back to the, if you think you can't do this, if you think you're, busy, you don't have the time, you don't whatever, think of my situation. Like I said, I don't, put this out here for someone to pat me on the back. Oh my gosh, you have a special needs child, you have a toddler, you work, you have a husband who works out of town. It's to show other people that they can do this, that they can do it too. And it's, putting in those daily consistent efforts over time, and then building and building and building bigger results from there. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because otherwise you're going to be planted and comfort zone for forever.
Awesome.
So take the plunge.
Do it. You got to do it. Scott, do you have any last minute thoughts?
No, I just want to say, you know, you are a product of the 5 closest people you've been hanging out with, that you hang around, and you've been hanging out with Christa Chilcote. So I want to thank you for, again, coming out and sharing all this value that you've given us and giving a people a window and a glimpse into exactly, you know, just how simple it really is and how anybody can do this business if you can. So I want to thank you, and God bless you for it.
Oh, thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely. Fantastic. That's going to do it for this evening tonight, folks. Thank you guys so much for joining us, for watching us here at theinfluencetribe.com. As always, get back to the person that brung you. Get back, go click the button, because chances are this website we're on, theinfluencetribe.com, is a leveraged website. That means members, our members, can use this site to promote and get credit for their business. So what does that mean? You're leveraging our skills. You're leveraging our contacts. You're leveraging our production to build your business. So if that sounds like something you're interested in doing, that sounds like something you're ready to get started with, find the button on the page. It says, yes, yes, I am ready to get started. I am ready to finally get results. I'm ready to quit the struggle. I'm ready to move forward with a community of people that are willing to help me grow and get better. So go click that link, fill out the form, take your test drive. And if you're on the fence and you're just not sure that you can do it, this is a no excuse zone. Christa proved it. So, guys, we will be in contact, and thank you so much for watching this evening. I am Miguel Fuentes. This is Scott Lindstrom, and our special guest tonight, Christa Chilcote. We will see you next week, next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good evening, folks. We'll see you next time.